Hi guys! Today I'm going to show you how to make a boutonniere. So I'm just going to show you our stems that we'll be working with here. So I've got some lisianthus. This is going to be the focal flower for our boutonniere. We have masterwort, which will be our filler flower. I've got a stem here of eucalyptus, and then a variety of eucalyptus here, which is the parvifolia. So to get started, you're going to create your base. So I'm going to cut a snip off from here. So what you're going to do is strip the bottom of your stem so that you have a stem that they can pin. So I'm just going to take off all those bottom leaves so that you're left with this. And then I'm going to take the other greenery that we have here, and I'm going to just cut off some of the stems as well. And these are going to create more of the base. So again, you're going to just take off the bottoms. And then you're going to create your base by putting these together. So remember, this is going on to somebody's lapel of their suit, so you don't want it to be too big. So typically we'll just kind of place it on ourselves just to see for size. So I feel like that's pretty good size. I'm going to just take this one little leaf off because it's drooping. And then you're going to go in with your flowers. So I'm going to start here with our fillers. So I'm going to start by just snipping some of these stems. I'm going to just take off this one piece here because it's kind of not flowing with the other stems. So I'm going to just add those here. I'm going to take one more part of the filler flower, and I'm going to add that on the other side just to even it out there. And then I'm going to go in with our focals, the lisianthus. So we like to use some of the floral blooms that haven't opened yet. So here I've grabbed a little bud, and then you can see the lisianthus there that is open. So again, I'm going to take off the leaves, and then I'm going to just place this where I think it will look pretty. I'm going to add another bigger bloom just by cutting off of this bigger stem here. I'm going to add that at a bit of a taller height. Pull this one down a bit. And then I'm going to put in those little buds here. I'm going to add those in up at the top here, and then you can see one is coming up here a little bit. So if I'm happy with the way that it looks, which I am, if you want, you can always add a little bit more greenery if you feel like you need more. I kind of like the way this is looking, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to just pull up this eucalyptus piece a little bit there. And then you're going to tape it off. So for your boutonniere tape, you're going to want to use the floral tape. This one here is a dark brown. It almost is black. You're going to want to confirm with your client what color they want first. You can also use a green tape, or if they prefer a ribbon, you can do that as well. We usually just do the floral tape on ours. So this tape, it's really sticky, so it's it's really good at holding all these stems together. So you're gonna just start by placing the tape at the top underneath the blooms, and you're gonna just wrap it tightly. And you're gonna wanna hide the first little section there. And then you're just going to wrap around the stems. I've got a little piece there that's sticking out, so I'm going to just cut that off. So again, you're just going to wrap all the way down. And once you're happy with the length there, you're going to just cut that off. And then you're going to want to trim your stems so that they look nice and freshly cut at the bottom. And there you have it. So the next step, you're going to want to put pins in this so that they can pin it onto their lapel. So we have, right now we've got these pearl boutonniere pins. So again, if your client has a specific preference, then you can get a different type of pin, but we usually use these as a standard pin. So I'll show you how we package them here. So you're going to put 2 pins. You're going to add the pins just to the stem here. You're going to just pop 1 in there and then 1 down there. And there you have it. And then we put these into little boot boxes. So I'll show you how we do that next. All right, so these are our boutonniere boxes. If you want, you can put a little bit of tissue in here. We tend to just keep the box clear. And then you're going to take your boutonniere and place it into the box, just like this. And then you're going to gently close it. Make sure that you're not crushing any of the blooms. And there you have it. So you're going to want to keep these in the fridge. Since they're not going to be in the water, you want to make sure they're in a cool, dry place. You can spray them with some water to keep them hydrated. And when you drop them off, you want to tell the client to keep them in the fridge until they pin them on. If you have a very sensitive bloom, like a ranunculus, then you could put a small little piece of floral foam on the bottom of the stem to keep them hydrated until they put them on. Also, just to kind of make sure your client is aware, because the boutonniere is not in water, they will wilt over the day. They want to put them on right before the ceremony to ensure, like, for the ceremony, all the pictures look good. And then you just want to set their expectations so they know that the boutonnieres likely will not last through into the reception, into the evening, especially with all the hugging and congratulating. They tend to get squished, so you just want to set the client's expectation there so they're aware. There you have it.